Welcome to the show. In a moment we'll have post-match reaction from the rather scratchy third All Black Test win over France, thanks to our friends at the New Zealand Herald. But first, a reminder, you can catch highlights of last week's Highlanders 15 versus Southland 15 match at Forsyth Bar Stadium on Thursday's edition of Saturday Sport.
Firstly, I'd like to congratulate both sides on what's been a fiercely fought three-match Steinlager series. Could have easily deteriorated the third match, but I think France definitely turned up to play tonight and probably played their best match. And we had to weather that and did so in the end and won the series 3-0. So very happy with that. Really happy with the fact that we've introduced 5 new test caps. We've given everybody in the squad game time other than Francis. Really happy with how the new caps have gone. The guy beside me has had 3 test matches at home as leader, and he'll have learned a lot from that. And so from a team perspective, we're very, very happy with where we're sitting. We've introduced a new game plan. We've had both our 10s, or all 3 10s in fact, had time trying to drive that. Tonight it wasn't easy for Desi. I think he'd like to have another test match next week to have another go at it. But as we saw with Crudes, it takes a little time to get into the saddle. So overall, we're very happy with where we're at, as I said.
What's on the agenda now, looking ahead to the Rugby Championship? Where do you have to improve?
Oh, we just got to tidy up all our aspects in our game, and just get better at it right across the board. So I wouldn't say we're completely satisfied, but we are happy with where we're at this stage of the year, and to have achieved the things I've just mentioned before is very pleasing.
Well, you sort of won the series convincingly, Steve. Tonight there was a fair few mistakes, and maybe wasn't what you're after.
Well, we don't want any mistakes, but the opposition have got something to say about it too. And as I said, I think they played their best match. And they turned up, and they had a reasonably smart game plan, and they implemented it well and put us under pressure. We had changes, and when you have changes, you do take time to bed that in, and we saw that again tonight. But we had to make those changes to keep growing as a team, and as I said, I'm reasonably happy with where we're at.
Steve, you're after improvements again from Christchurch. Do you feel like you didn't get those tonight?
We probably didn't get them in the fashion that you'd like to get them in, with a big flash scoreboard saying that we've won the game and we've won it easy. But what we got was a real genuine contest, and it was a battle of wills. And I think we saw ourselves get through that. The pleasing part of our game was the last 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes, where we started to really come forward and dominate with our defence and start to get some territory. The poorest part of our game, I guess, was our ball maintenance. And again, going into the next series, we'll have to improve that. But again, I just keep saying where we're at right at this moment after 3 test matches. It's 3-0. We've introduced 5 new guys, a new game plan, and we've come out of it with no one being seriously injured. So for this time of the year, it's pretty good.
Kieran, it looked like quite a scrappy contest out there, very physical at the breakdown. How did you find the French tonight?
Yeah, I certainly felt that that's the area that they've been coming all series, and tonight they probably just add a little bit more physicality to that, and perhaps we didn't match them early on, which gave them just a little bit of confidence, I guess, in that area. So it made for a tough night for us, but we finally got, I guess, some front football and able to match that, as Steve said, in the last 20 minutes. And certainly that's where games are always won and lost, is up front and in the battle in the breakdown or at set piece. So took time, but I felt we got to where we need to be.
Probably not enough time to really talk about Charles Piatau and Matt Todd, but Stephen Luatua in his 8 minutes of work, just how did you rate his introduction into Test rugby?
Well, to be fair, I think all three of them did some nice stuff. Stephen came on and was really tidy with his defence and aggressive. Charles put in a nice, got back and helped Izzy a couple of times and put a nice kick in and turned them around and took the pressure off us and put it on them with a good chase. And Matt Todd was busy and made a lot of tackles. So all three of them can, even though it was only a cameo time, what was pleasing is we were under a little bit of pressure at the time. They came on and they did what was needed. So it was good.
Ian, quite a tough night for the halves, a new pairing tonight. What did you make of the way that they gelled?
Well, you mean in terms of Pity and Dan? Oh, they. I guess I wouldn't call them a new combination, but they played a lot together, so I don't think that was an issue. It wasn't a half. That first half wasn't a half that we got a lot of front foot ball to really play off, and clearly we were struggling to get a lot of tempo from ruck ball. So, but they'll certainly be better for the run. It's like Steve said, particularly with Dan in terms of understanding the structure and how we go. It probably wasn't, the flow wasn't natural for him, but I thought he built really well into it in the second half, and Kurbalo come in and really played, I guess, with the tempo that we know he can, so we're pleased with that.
Steve, you've mentioned Kieran and the growth you've seen in his captaincy over the 3 games, but what about your wider leadership group? Have you seen developments from them as well?
Oh, we have. I mean, Crudes is one of those guys. Sam Kane's another one. They've both come into the leadership group, and it's been good. Now we've seen both on and off the paddock, both those guys grow, and their leadership skills have been shown at times throughout the last 3 weeks. So pleasing. Now we can sit here and be frustrated with tonight's performance because it wasn't our best. But at the end of the day, we've also got to look at the whole package, and when we look at the whole package, I think we're going to go away and say, well, yeah, we're okay at this point, and we've passed. We'll give ourselves a pass mark, but keep working.
Ian, for you, one of the positives must be the way Ben Smith has progressed in every game.
Yeah, look, I thought the back three played very well tonight, and they diffused a pretty effective kicking game from the French, and we got a couple of good line breaks in that first half, and so I thought that combination worked well, and Ben's obviously been a big part of that, and he brought great form into this campaign, and in the last 3 weeks I think he's grown and he's looked settled. There was a plan to give him 3 in a row in that position because we really felt that would give him a lot of confidence going through it, and I think he's showing that.
Set. So Kurbalo rolls it into what is probably the last scrum. Gets it away from Reed. Now here is Barrett. Gets it off to Dag. Now Ben Smith. Kick and chase. Barrett ready to charge. Barrett. Oh, it's hometown stuff. Bodie Barrett scores.
Well, you couldn't write the script, could you? Puts the hammer down, draws well. Dag draws perfectly. Ben Smith has done everything right this whole series. The pace of Barrett, he slides in front of his home crowd, Smithy. Boy, are they happy, and boy, what a finish.
I feel like I'm in the middle of a Roy of the Rovers comic. I tell you, it's unbelievable stuff. Hometown success. They've been waiting for this. They've been waiting for this impact. They stood to their feet the moment he came on. They won't sit down for a while in Taranaki now.